What's up, mother duckers?
All good, Milky Man.
All good in the hood?
Yeah, bro.
I have a feeling, and this is why I shared the position, which I shared in Discord, that inflation is not gonna be as high as they're forecasting because of the microeconomics of the markets. I don't think that the retailers increased the prices this fast, so within a month. The war started end of February, beginning of March, between US and Iran, but I think the prices will catch up a few months later. I did see some of the
Trading is all about experience. It's
some
to
of
feel the
the
adrenaline running through our veins.
consumer products
Like all the things we do
camera,
that excite
the
us.
Sony A1, the Sony
Whatever world we
A7
come
IV,
from or
so
live
these kind of
in,
things,
there are people that are
these
born to
considered luxury
succeed.
goods.
They're
Anything
called
that's not,
special,
food and
to hustle every day for an opportunity of a
relatable to
lifetime,
survival.
looking
So
for the
prices already
challenge to
gone up by
shape our
20, 30,
future.
even 40%.
It's something
Other
that's in
stuff,
our
like
DNA,
everyday items, pretty much stays the
a
same.
privilege
What's
just
your,
available for a
what is
few.
your opinion about this? What did you
Traders,
experience?
we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye, on or by.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
In Dubai, it's happened in the grocery shops. Fruits are going up, sometimes around 50%. And the food supply is more expensive than before, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But I think you guys pretty much hard hit first.
When I look to Germany, when I have a look to Europe, our gas when we fill up the cars is around now we pay 3 dirham 20, what's about 75 cents.
That's very
That that's
decent.
nearly a quarter from the consumer in Germany what they are paying. We are good here, very good, in my opinion, Tamas.
Yeah, I think because the Emirates and many of the countries are dependent on imports because they can't grow shit in the desert. I think especially fruit because it's perishable, so
Yes,
it goes bad very fast. I
yes,
think that's a good comparison because that's probably the first thing that's going to
yes,
reflect.
yes. We are importing a lot of fruit stuff from the Oman. Oman is nearby us,
Mm-hmm.
but the food supply is heavy importing from Oman in the UAE.
Yeah. What about other stuff or any other countries? Did you experience sharp rise in prices since beginning of March?
Right.
Maybe they don't go shopping. Their mom does the shopping for them.
Maybe. 3 minutes before you post your buy, I have the same execution, but based on technicals. I'm also in a buy front runner. That's why I was very happy.
Clever people think alike.
Yes.
Someone says, is the sound okay? It sounds, the level is okay.
Yep, it was okay.
Yeah, on the
Yes.
Chioma,
Perfect.
just turn up the volume. You know, there's an up and a down arrow. Just keep pressing the up.
Time for espresso.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Yes, espresso is a
Yeah, let me
must.
get an
Let's
espresso.
go grab an espresso. See.
Yeah, yeah. Let me put some music on for you guys. Can you hear the music?
Yep.
Okay, espresso.
Espresso we don't see.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Adrian,
Espresso. Get some sweets.
Cheers.
Espresso macchiato.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
No, no sugar, no milk. No, bro, this is
My wife, you know that, how, oh fuck, what is the, let me just check.
good.
You know the loaf, the braided bread, or the plated bread, or brioche.
Yes.
So we had a loads from Easter last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Easter Monday. So my wife put everything with vanilla pudding, milk, cottage
Oh.
cheese, some apples, sultanas, everything just mixed up in the oven. Brilliant. Love it.
Okay, brilliant.
Mm. She's a lucky woman.
Yes.
Okay, we got 27 minutes. First question, Emra Tanser Turkey. Do gold, silver and go up or down? Perfect question. So, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Where is it? Okay, so I zoomed out my trading view for, yeah, you should see it now. Okay, so all you need to know about CPI today is basically I have a chart. So those of you who don't know me or haven't traded CPI with me, this is a chart where I documented every single CPI traded in the last 5 years. I trade CPI for 10 plus years, but this is where 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago when I started really documenting it in TradingView, and I saved it. So, and in the last 5 years, obviously a lot has changed. We have COVID, we had 3 different wars, we had supply shocks, like crazy 5 years. But one thing is very common, the relationship between gold and inflation, or oil and inflation, or dollar and inflation. So gold, dollar, indices, crypto, all behave 95% the same every single time to inflation. So you can hear on the chart, you can see that when inflation is lower than expected, then gold is going up. When inflation is higher than expected, gold is going down. And the reason for that is because when inflation hits hard, so when CPI is higher than expected, the interest rate expectations go down. Go up. Do I say right? Guys, correct me. I'm gonna have some of this beautiful dessert my wife made. No one?
No.
So when inflation is higher than expected, the interest rate expectation goes
Up and
up.
gold going down.
Exactly. So you can see here, inflation was higher than expected. Boom, gold went down. No change, gold went up. So every single time there is a hotter than expected CPI, or hotter than expected inflation, gold goes down. And with the current situation, you know, with Middle East and oil and, you know, energy shock, supply shock, you can expect a more significant response from gold. But if CPI comes in softer than expected, so lower than expected, the inflation, the interest rate expectations will be lowered, which is bullish for dollar and bullish for gold. So in that case, if we have a softer than expected inflation, then gold should rise. And I already asked this question in the morning briefing from the team members, because we do have morning briefings on high impact days like this. But I want to, we live on YouTube, by the way. So what do you think, guys? How many months it takes for inflation to feel the damage of inflation in the economy? How many months does it take when it spirals in?
2 to 3 months.
You only said 2 to 3 months?
1 to
Yes,
2 years.
it depend what you're including. We talked about it on the
In
morning
overall,
briefing.
overall.
2 to 3 months. Some sector you can see it after a month. Some countries or region on the world feel it already. The changes on oil prices.
Yeah, especially Asia. Asia hit very hard. So it takes 2 to 3 months, 4 months, depending on the level of shock. If you remember back in 2022, when there was a big reopening after COVID, suddenly the virus is gone, disappeared, like this. After we had those wonderful vaccinations. So everyone tried to reopen, but they needed raw materials to produce goods, right? But there was none, because not just the retailers closed down, all the producers closed down. And if producers close down, retailers can't sell nothing. So it was a different kind of shock, but we had shortage in some things. It's called a supply shock. Now we have a supply shock in oil, because obviously 20% of the global output plus 5% which Russia provided previously is off the table, was off the table for a month. So I would say 2 to 3 months as well. You might feel when you go to the petrol station immediately, but retailers, many of them are cautious to raise the prices immediately because they would lose business. And this is why it takes 2 to 3 months. And when we look at the forecast, at the forecast today, you can see CPI is forecasted at the core level a minuscule 0.1% increase or 0.2% increase. When you look at the year on year, when you look at the month on month, it's 0.1. Obviously, core CPI takes out food and energy, which is the two most volatile. And currently we are experiencing an energy supply shock, oil and gas. Well, when you look at the year on year, it's 3.4 versus 2.4. It's a 1% increase. That's huge. That's enough for gold to crash, to melt. But this data is for last month. So the question is this data going to reflect to reality? But if we think that the damage of inflation will spiral into the economy in 2 to 3 months, then this data is incorrect. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think it's a bit wild. Immediately 1% increase. $1 increase. Let's see, 3.4%. The last time when we had 3.4 was back in 2020. It's not long ago. 2 years ago.
Hello, brothers.
Hello, Ricardo. Yeah, 2 years ago. That's when inflation really started to hit. This is why my forecast was bullish for today, but this is my preliminary front-running position. Obviously, the market is going to react to the data when it comes out. And if the data is hawkish, or inflation, if the data is inflationary, then gold will melt, dollar will pump, indices will melt, Bitcoin will melt. But if the data is deflationary, it's going to be good for gold, but even better for crypto and indices, and very bad for the dollar. How can you know, or what is the best forecast in the world? What do professionals use as a forecast?
Yields, bonds.
How did you know? Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. So this is the yield curve. Orange line, 6th of April, green line yesterday, blue line today. And you can see that yields are slowly coming down a little bit. Now the fixed income market is called the smart money market because the smartest people in the world work in fixed income. Surprise, I used to work in fixed income, but I'm not the smartest at all. And you can see that yields coming down a little bit on the short end. So I think the fixed income market thinks the same way. Or maybe I think the same way as the fixed income market. Meaning that I think this 1% forecast is a bit wild. And I'm expecting maybe 2.93%. And this is why I went long on gold. But it's not me who's going to decide. The market will, based on the data.
But that's still higher than the previous month, though. Like, obviously 2.4.
Yeah, but if the data is not too bad, then there's something to celebrate in it. Like, prepare for the worst and expect the best. There's a saying. Yeah, prepare for the worst, expect the best.
Would some analysts, like, say if it comes out at 3%, which is higher than 2.4, but it's less than 3.4, would they think that would be bearish then?
For what?
Inflationary?
No, I don't think that would be too bad. And I'll tell you why. Because the data is for one whole month. And inflation, if it's only gone up by 0.5% instead of 1% that they forecasted, the smart people, the analysts, then it's not too bad. And they already started talking about the peace talks and the truce. So it means that we only have to survive the next half year. Because we agreed that it takes 2 to 3 months for inflation to show up in the economy. But if it doesn't go up that much as we expected, the damage isn't that bad, we will be fine. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I hope they didn't hit that many oil refineries and gas because those take a long time to reconstruct and repair.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, smart people always make bad decisions because they overthink. Like, you think about the infrastructure, the damage in the long term, but the luckiest people are the dumbest one because they don't think that much. They just do it. So let's focus on today's data, and we will see in the near-term future about these things. Definitely we're going to have inflation, very bad inflation. But if the first inflation data isn't too bad, then let's celebrate a little bit. It's good for the markets. This is how I think. This is how investors think. With all of that shit that's going on, if we have something just a little bit to cheer on, the markets will do.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Francisca. Oh, I didn't read your message.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, goat.
Excuse me?
Hello, goat.
You are the goat. Thomas is the goat. So I wanted to ask you, Thomas, something. So if the war, like, let's say, best case scenario, like, doesn't continue so bad and the oil goes down, like, how bad is going to be the inflation?
How long is a piece of string? So we're going to find out month on month. We just get the first data for last month when the war broke out. But as the month went on, it got escalated. More of this supply has been vanished from the markets. More refineries destroyed. More shit hit the market. So I think it's going to be an exponential anal investigation, like, so exponentially bad. So we're going to see it in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months. That's when it's going to hit the economy. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like, currently, many smart people try to assess how big is the damage, how bad is the situation, and they can only guess. That's what we do right now. That's what we're trying to guess from the data. If, many economists, you see many research how bad the situation is. You probably saw forecasts before the financial crisis. We're going to die, global financial crisis. No one believed those people. But when the shit hit the fans, oh yeah, you were right. But how bad is it? You can never tell beforehand. Because there are many other connections in the financial markets, in the economies, that maybe we don't think of yet. Maybe we're going to feel the damage in 2 years.
10 minutes.
Thank you.
I think the core CPI going to be higher, and maybe the CPI going to be 3.0. So I think it's going to be mixed news, because like we know, the energy and food was going in the core, so they price change more and faster if the other goods.
Yeah, I know for a fact that I have a friend who works as an agricultural dealer or salesman. I don't know. He sells a lot of things for agriculture, like what is the thing that they put in the fields? Grains and all kind of stuff.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, the fertilizer tripled in price within the first 2 weeks of the war. Tripled. That means the farmers had to pay triple price, or even 4 times the price in some countries. So the grain, everything, the corn, wheat, will go up in price. But it's not season yet. They haven't harvested yet. It's going to be in August, July and August. June, July, August. And when it gets to the stores, when they make the flour, the bread, so maybe even a year it takes to feel in our wallet.
Actually, also, like, the job market is also not so good. So actually, if the inflation goes up, like, it's gonna be like not so good in general, right?
Yeah. 1 2 1 2, microphone check. Can you hear me on both sides?
Yup.
Okay. Apparently it wasn't fixed. Yeah, so while we wait, we got 7 minutes. I want to introduce you to the best broker in the whole world, which is ForexC. Currently running a 50% deposit bonus. Alpha FX members get 75% deposit bonus. Everyone else gets 50%. So to get the bonus, deposit bonus, go to alphafx.eu. You can find all the links below the video. If you would like to join the AlphaFX community, I send a discount link into the YouTube chat where you get to join for a discounted price. And now we got 7 minutes left for CPI. We will go through once again about how to trade CPI today, how I'm going to trade CPI. Obviously, members got a front-running positions well before the stream, well before the CPI data print. If you'd like to join the AlphaFX community, there's a discount link in the YouTube chat valid for 1 hour. After that, it will disappear. Okay. Too loud.
That music is so funny. It makes me always so nervous.
Dramatic today. Dramatic.
Yeah. Epic.
At the beginning, you used to put that music like all the time.
Those of you who just joined, welcome to the stream, welcome to the Zoom. Today we have one of the most important data prints of the year, which is CPI. Now this year in 2026, everything will be about inflation, inflation, and more inflation. The reason for that is because we had an oil and energy supply shock because of the Middle East war, and every consumer goods and services will have an impact, will be impacted by the supply shock of energy and oil. So the CPI that we trade today, Consumer Price Index, measures the change in price of goods and services for last month. Now, last month we had a full-blown war between the US and Iran, and an uprising from by the Iranian people against the regime. And this is why it's important that everyone's following the CPI. All traders must understand CPI. I've been trading CPI for many years. This is just a snippet of the last 5 years analysis and all the CPIs I've traded. All you need to know, and this is the important part, is if we have a softer than expected CPI data print today with the war de-escalation, gold will hit the top of this channel and reaches 5,000 again. But if we have a hotter than expected CPI and war escalation, because of the interest rate expectations in the near term, interest rates will be higher if we have hot CPI, gold will fall. Based on this, and based on the upcoming data, you can make a smart trading decision. So if you have a higher CPI, I'm selling gold. If you have a lower CPI, I'm buying gold. Simple as that. In it.
4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes left.
I'm already in, my friend.
Ricardo.
Oh, my friend Adrian. How are you?
Very good, brother.
Guys. So if many people ask me, do you think it's a buy or sell? Join the AlphaX community. I'm not going to give you financial advice live on YouTube. Forget that. If you want to get access to my signals, my entries, join the team. And I show you mine if you show you yours. And by the way, I have a long position before CPI because I think that the 1% increase in the first month of the supply shock is a bit an overkill. It's a bit too much. So I think it's going to be lower. And for this reason, I think gold could go up slightly higher. And now, let's wait for the markets.
How's the family, Adrian? All good?
Sorry?
How's the family? All good, my friend?
All good, bro. Thank you. We are leaving Dubai on Tuesday because my father is turning 70. And there's a big birthday celebration in Germany with
Happy
around
birthday
100
to you,
people.
Papa.
Yes.
On Monday,
yes.
brother. On Monday.
Opa.
2 minutes.
And then we go back to Dubai 2 weeks
Bro,
later.
you are killing on the gym every day, my friend.
Yes.
Ah, you are taking
It's
that
like
shit serious.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah, man.
Conquering myself. every day.
You switched
day
an
I give
addiction
my
for another
life.
one, innit? I know you. You switched an addiction for another one.
For 2
We
or
all have
3.
something. 1 minute and 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. The first CPI after a long... No, not long. The first CPI since the war broke out between the US and the Iranian regime. How much?
Last minute.
Yes. What do you think CPI is going to be? I think it's going to be less than 1%. 0.5% maybe.
Gonna be mixed.
Yep, mix.
Oh, nah, that would be worst.
Like always mixed.
No, it's going to be good data today. We're going to make so much money. Why are you dressing up, Francisco?
30 seconds.
It's a little bit cold. It's
No,
early in the
take it
morning.
off. Take it off.
Oh my God. Crazy.
Okay, we got 15 seconds,
Oh,
ladies
God.
and gentlemen. And the CPI is coming up. And you know what's coming in 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you see the data, shout it out. Oh, the data is less than expect. Oi, 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 oi.
Boom.
Oh, no. 3.4. Oh, that's not good. It's all bad actually, and price is still going up. What the fish? CPI year-on-year 3.3. That's the shit data. That's bad.
Yeah, this
Almost
is more for sell.
1%. It's more like a sell, and yet gold is going up. What the fish? The core CPI. What the hell is going on? Core CPI higher, CPI year-on-year higher. It's almost 1%, and gold is still pumping. I'm gonna put it into break even. I'm gonna leave this position, but I'm not selling because the market hasn't dumped yet. The market hasn't dumped yet, so I'm not going to sell just yet. I'm gonna keep the buy.
But it's like in.
It could be that because of the inflation worries, investors are
gonna go
buying, but
down.
it wouldn't make sense because no, it's going to be a sell. It must be a sell.
I'm selling from 82.
Based on the data, okay. So here's my analysis. Based on the data, it's a clear as hell sell. But for some reason, the gold position, the buy I placed before the CPI, it's in 120 pips profit. So I put it in break even, and I'm not going to care about it. But it's common sense. It's a sell. But why would I close it down if it's in profit? That's weird. Let's have a look at the other markets. Dollar is going up. 2-year bond
Come on,
yields
Goldie, pick
hasn't
me up.
moved. It's a very weird reaction. Brett the lad is on
And
YouTube.
sell to hell for 500 pips.
Yeah, I mean this is a clear sell.
Yes.
I'm gonna close down the buy,
I already sold.
but I'm
Because
gonna
it
wait.
took like the high, which was there.
I have a sell limit at 82.
It's a weird reaction from the market. It's clearly a setup. Why sell when the data is bad? It's because when inflation is high, the Fed has nothing else to do to raise interest rate. That's one of the strongest tools to kill inflation. So if inflation is going up, they're going to raise interest rate. If interest rate is going up, gold is going to sell to hell because gold doesn't bear any interest. But where would be a good sell? Tell me. What would be a good sell level? Okay. Let's have a look at the lower. It's crazy. Crazy reaction from gold.
4,800 for the third time is very good. I tried my first sell at 82. But 4,800 delivers a lot of pips.
I'm gonna wait a little bit. This initial spike on gold, yes, we made 140 pips, but I'm not gonna sell yet. I'm gonna wait. The data clearly tells me it's a sell. It's a big, big sell. I mean, close to 1% increase on year. And yet gold is pumping. That is a weird ass reaction. Alex 4782. Adrian knows his shit by Brad the Lad. So 4,800 for sell. That's what you're saying.
Are you in, Adrian?
No. Missed by 1 pip at the moment.
Well, buy or sell?
Sell.
Okay, yields didn't. Why did yields start to drop on the 2-year? It's very unusual.
But why I'm in.
Okay, I need to refresh because something is not right.
Someone
2-year
sent a
yields
message.
dropped.
Someone sent a message in the
Weird.
chat. There's a Pakistani.
This was completely weird.
Okay, I'm selling now.
Yeah.
But the
Yes,
market
sell,
reaction
sell.
the market reaction is very, very wild.
I'm already in a sell.
Yes,
Yields
60
started.
pips running, guys.
Yields dropped
Again,
initially, and now
we
it's
selling
moving
the
up.
top again. Buy the pip. Buy the pip. Yes.
Okay, yield started to go up. I'm gonna put. If it comes a little bit higher, I will sell more. But the target was obviously
I'm
the
at break
previous
even.
low. Sarah, I'm not buying again. I'm selling because the data was bearish. Oh, so inflationary. So the relationship between gold and inflation at this point of the business cycle, and at this point, because the fear of inflation in the near term because of the Iranian war between the US and Iran, gold should not go any higher with almost a 1% inflation increase at the first month. That's very bad. In a month, 0.9% increase. Next month is going to be another percent and 1.5%, and boom, we will be already at 5% inflation again, like back in 2022. So the Fed will have to increase interest rate, and this is why I'm selling gold. It's all about macroeconomics, and if you understand how the Fed is going to react to these kind of datas, obviously we need 2 or 3 inflationary data before the Fed starts increasing interest rate, but it's a good start, almost 1%. We haven't had it for 5 years, 4 years. So I'm going to enter another sell.
And probably next year, like if inflation becomes very bad, it's gonna be a good opportunity to buy like other things like Nvidia and everything?
I would wait, because if when the shit hits the fans, if we have a global recession, wait until it bottoms out. If you think it's the bottom, wait a little bit more, a week, and then start buying. What's the TP? Always the previous low or previous high. In the current situation, it's going to be 47.30, and then if you move lower, there's another bottom, 4700. Yeah, 4700 is reasonable, and the lowest, the ultimate target, is going to be 4600. Don't put stop loss as close as possible. The shit.
Can you
silliest
imagine
thing.
it goes all the way down from the up, like everything that has been going up these weeks?
Yeah, I think it can hit easily 4,000.
Yeah.
When investors start to worry about longer term inflation, you will see gold melt.
With this kind of data, you imagine 1,000 pips, Tamas? Never.
1,000 pips easily, or more.
With this data.
Yeah, almost 2%.
Okay, I had another sell.
0.9%. Is that 1 month, Tamas? For 1 month, it was 0.9%.
Yeah, it's only 1 month, the first month,
So
and I
that's
was
like,
expecting,
I mean,
I was expecting 0.5%, and it's almost double.
so there, yeah. So that's like, yeah, that's 10% for the year if you scale it, but it's obviously
This
not
is
going to be
wild.
that.
This is wild.
Yeah, imagine how, what, it's going to be bad. 2020, end of 2026. It's going to be
But
bad.
probably
sure
if it keeps rising, it's because, like, let's say, for example, could be that like big investors, they need like how to say it, like buyers, so in order for they to sell, right? Because
not
for every
necessarily.
buyer,
So there's a difference between the CFD market, the physical market, the paper market, the derivatives market. So in some market, like stocks, you must own the stock before you sell it. Either you own it or you borrow it, and then only you can only short sell, because naked short selling is illegal in every country. You can't short sell without owning the stock. In the physical market, it's a different question, but legally, you could not sell if you don't own something, right? And if you can't sell if you don't borrow it. But long story short, those of you who would like to join the AlphaFX community, check the YouTube chat for a discount link. I'm big sell today on gold, and I have to say goodbye because it's a date night with my wife, and if I have to choose between you guys and my wife, it's obvious I'm going to choose my wife because I'm a good husband, and she's a very lucky woman. So thank you so much, guys.
How many women do you have, Tamas?
Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
Thank you, Damas. Have a nice weekend. See you Monday.
Why
Bye
not?
bye.
Absolutely not.
Are you doing day drinking all the time now? What's happened with you, bro?
What the fuck are you talking about? Just because I choose my wife over you?
No.
Whoop. Gold is dropping.
It's just make a bold. It just make a bold.
Okay, guys,
declaration.
I'm gonna say goodbye. I wish you a relaxing weekend. Enjoy the profits that you're going to make soon when gold is falling. Drop me a message about the profit screens, and yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good weekend,
Enjoy
everyone.
your day.
Yes.
thank
Bye,
you,
bro.
bye.
Tell your wife we said hi.
So those of you who would like to join the AlphaFX community to spend the rest of your life in a beautiful community with full of profits, if you want to get access to my signals, to my trades, to my guidance, if you want to trade with a real macroeconomist, with someone who traded on the fixed income and the cash equities floor, myself, check the discount link in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. This is the AlphaFX. How do I stop this?